Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we will be looking at the next weather system that could cause some issues um for later in the week. So we're gonna jump into that. I have a couple different models to look at, and we'll look at the 3-day outlook as well, which both will go tie and tie hand to hand. So we're gonna look at the jet stream, and as you can see, we have a jet stream that's just basically a big trough down here by Oregon, and it reaches up and it comes back down to the northeast with some pretty strong winds, not too high, 200 millibar height, damn wind. So, um, yes, and as you go higher, it's gonna progressively change. As you can see, there's a for here, big arch back down to the northeast, and like I said, big arch up, big slam down. So, um, we are now in September, where the increase for tornado activity is highlighted. See, my cursor is highlighted within this area right here. So, um, the severe weather is going to be playing a will see an uptick for this month before it starts to quiet down here in the central United States. End up targeting Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, around your Thanksgiving and Christmas times. But if we jump to surface and precipitation, let's just go to the relative humidity just so you can see what the humidity is like. So out in northeastern Nebraska, it's about 45%, so it's really dry after what it was like last weekend. It was awful. Um, it dried out after it rained. It dried out. But if you live in like central and western Texas, the humidity right now at 7:25 in the morning is 93%. It's gonna be a hot one there. If we look at, I don't know if this is right now. Probably right now in northeastern Nebraska, looks like it's in about 65, 66. Um, geez, but waking up in California, extreme southeastern California, it's 92, and it's 5 o'clock there. So it's hot out there. So this just shows temperature and wind. And this follows into when I said it was dry, low humidity. The dew point is 43 in northeastern Nebraska. In the area in Texas, it's in the 60s. And then obviously anything along that coastline, you know, it's going to be humid there. Just won't be very comfortable and stuff. So But no, the we'll go to the 3-day outlook. As it's fairly quiet. Marginal risk with parts of Oregon, Idaho, and Nevada. Um, so these storms have a chance of producing some damaging winds of 50 knots or higher. Um, the weather, we got to give it a couple days before it gets too crazy for with anything severe. As we go into day 2, so Tuesday, that marginal risk gets larger and extends eastward into Montana, Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho, Colorado, and Utah. And again, the storms they're thinking might produce some hail, possibly 1 inch diameter, and some gusty winds of 50 knots. But it's when we get down into day 3, into Wednesday, where the marginal risk creeps eastward a little more, and it includes Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana. Again, 3 days out, so I don't know a whole lot about this. Probabilistic, 5% chance that is severe weather within 25 miles of any given point in this brown area. Basically saying is, say you live in like Cheyenne, Wyoming. Within 25 miles of Cheyenne, Wyoming, you have a 5% chance of seeing severe weather. So low chance, but that is day 3, so it is a couple days out. So you're not gonna see the chances of you seeing some severe weather are fairly low. Not zero though. So always be weather aware, because the last thing you want to do is not be worrying about weather and get caught out. So this is not what I wanted. So this shows humidity and wind. As you look in northeast Nebraska, at this scan, the humidity is at 75%. But if we drop down into parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, the humidity is at 100. No, thank you. And that's not even along the coastline. That's just in the central part of the state. So that's not something that would be fun. If we look at the Cape, there's not a lot. I mean, there's some Cape off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina, but there's anything crazy. If you look at lapse rates, which lapse rate is just the difference in temperature as you go a kilometer higher into the atmosphere. So each time, so the lighter the color, so like the light, what is that, light gray, light yellow, orange, it's a lower amount. But this purple, so this basically says from the ground level to 1 kilometer up, the temperature difference is 9.6 degrees Celsius. And then if you go another kilometer up from 1 to 2, you dropped another 9.6. So that's why on this you see 9.6 degrees Celsius kilometer negative 1. Or sometimes you'll see it as negative 9.6 degrees Celsius kilometer 1. Basically just meaning every time you go up a kilometer in the atmosphere, the temperature cools by that amount. So I will have a video explaining what some of these things mean here on the side. Um, this one, so this model here stands for convection inhibition, basically meaning how strong is the cap and how easy or hard would it be to overcome that. So, especially during severe weather season, and maybe we might end up having to talk about it in September yet. Hopefully not, but if we do, basically the cap just prohibits and kills off any storm development and any storm heading into that area. If the cap can't be broken, the storm dies, loses all its energy, and it, can't sustain anything. Bulk shear, that's wind shear, so you can definitely tell you can follow the jet stream with it. It arches up here and it drops back down to the northeast here. So um, this is relative helicity. Um, I do supercell composite, but there's no no storms anywhere, so can't really do that if you don't have any storms to look at. So um, but yeah, so be aware for Wednesday and possibly Thursday for a chance of some severe weather. For sure, some showers and some thunderstorms. Probably mostly not severe, but you could always get that stray shower that ends up severe. So, in case you do that, make sure you stay weather aware. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the like button. Tell all your friends about the videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.